your big ball. So yeah.
Upstairs.
Okay.
Fidget
Oh, I changed my settings for God's sake.
Do you want to be in my fidget spinner video?
Settings.
You can do it in Grand Theft Auto as well.
Hang on, I'm trying to get I'm changing my settings
He
back.
doesn't want to be in my fidget spinner video.
Toggle pickaxe.
Okay, one by one then. One by one. First, ooh, jelly babies. Jelly babies.
Wait, is it?
If you hold the phone that access on.
I am.
If you can see,
Not you. I am. Because I just can't get any wins lately.
What's up, guys?
We didn't get a win yesterday. No. Oh yeah, because I got carried.
That's the white one.
I got carried.
The Q. You have to do it
Then I can't.
and back in place. The standard HQ. The standard. And also got a green fidget spinner. So these are the cases. I got a sound fidget spinner.
What do you
I
mean?
didn't see the spin, but the sound. And I got a spiral. What's up, guys?
No.
From the winner and
I can't reach out because it's distracting me and I'm gonna let my team die basically. And then I can't because they're trying to get me punched because I'm a bot. So
Here's my Xbox.
maybe do after.
This is gonna be a fun vlog right now. Now it's this. This is gonna be a fidget spinner video. Now, do you know what fidget spinners are? No, fidget spinner video. Now, hold on. These are really, really good.
No, he's low!
What's this? Okay.
No, the one he's coming to finish. Yep, he's got me.
Oh, yeah. Do you want to be in my fidget spinner video?
Did we actually
You can do it in Grand Theft Auto as well.
7, 14, 21.
Okay.
Did we
He
get up?
doesn't want to
No,
be
we
in
didn't
my
actually- no, we didn't
fidget
get
spinner
up.
video.
Point back.
Okay, one by one then.
See what I mean? I don't play this game because I lose points.
This. Ooh, jelly babies.
I lose points.
Jelly babies.
No, that was one hit.
If you have a phone that access on. You can see, you can't see me from the camera.
Let me have a look at
I'm
the
going to show you
stream.
the white fidget spinner like this. Give it a little
I'm gonna
spin.
stop playing after 5 games because
And that's the white one.
oh, who just left?
This is the Q.
Okay, bye.
You have to do it like that, and it's back in place. And the standard fidget cube, the standard, and
No,
also
you can't
got
see me.
a green fidget spinner.
Clumsy cameras.
So easy in the country. And I got a sound register. I didn't see the spin, but the sound. And I got a spy. What's up, guys?
I know my map.
No, you can't, sorry.
From the When and Bubble channel. Sorry, I didn't say it right.
My brother and
But
friend.
I just came into my room.
Leon,
This is a massive
have
mirror.
this. Alright, George.
Here's my Xbox.
Because we're playing Arena Trios and I feel like a bot right now. A real big bot. So I am.
Fun vlog right now.
Oh, I've changed my settings for God's sake.
I'm not in there for like.
Do you know where fidget spinners are?
Hang on, I'm trying to get I'm changing my settings back.
Hold on.
Toggle pickaxe.
Okay. Oh, these are really good. Fidget. Come back upstairs.
Wait, is there?
Okay. Fidget spinner time.
I am. George, not you. I am.
Do you want to be my
I
fidget
just can't
spinner
get any
video?
wins lately.
We can do it as Grand Theft Auto as well.
We didn't get a win yesterday.
Okay.
Oh yeah, because I got
He
carried.
doesn't want to be in my fidget spinner video. Okay, one by one then.
I got
One
carried.
by one. First, jelly babies. Jelly babies.
Then I can't.
Take 100 now and so sorry. If you can see, you can't see me from the camera. I will show you the white fidget spinner like this. With a little spin.
Good morning. You have been in suspension for 50 days. In compliance with state and federal regulations, all testing candidates in the Aperture Science Extended Relaxation Center must be revived periodically for a mandatory physical and
Q. You have to do
What do you mean?
that, and it's back into place. The standard fidget cube. The standard. And I also got a green.
No. I can't reach out because it's distracting me and I'm gonna let my team die basically. And
I got
then I can't because
sound.
they're trying to get me points because I'm a
I
bot.
didn't see the
So-
spin, but the sound.
Play with you after.
And I got a spy. What's up, guys? From the When and Bubble channel. Sorry, I didn't say it right. But let me just come into my room. This is a next mirror. Here's my
No, he's low!
probably vlog right now.
mental wellness exercise.
No, the one
You will hear a buzzer. When you hear the
he's
buzzer,
got me.
look up at the ceiling. Good. You will hear a buzzer. When you hear the buzzer, look down at the floor.
Do you know where fidget spinners are?
21.
No, fidget spinners are.
Good. This completes the gymnastic portion of your mandatory physical and mental wellness exercise.
Oh,
There is a foam painting on the wall. Please go stand in front of it. This is art. You will hear a buzzer. When you hear the buzzer, stare at the art.
Okay. Fidgeting time.
You should now feel mentally reinvigorated. If you suspect staring at art has not provided the required intellectual sustenance, reflect briefly on this classical music.
I'm gonna stop playing after 5 games because
Good. Now please return to your bed.
Doesn't want to be in my video. Okay, one by one.
oh, who just left?
One by one.
Okay, bye.
Oh, jelly babies. Jelly babies. If you hungry for now, access all of them. If you can see,
Hang on.
you can't see from the camera. I'm going to show you the white pictures here, like this.
Nope, you can't see me.
A little spin. And that's the white one.
Clumsy camera sometimes.
And this is the cube. You'll have to do it like that, and it's back into place. And the standard Fidget cube, the standard.
Top 10 is 30 players, isn't it?
And I also got
I know my max.
a
No, you
green
can't, sorry.
Fidget
I mean like,
so these are the cases.
My brother and
And
friend
I got a
Leon
sound Fidget
have it. Alright,
I
Joel.
didn't see the spin.
Because we're playing Arena Trios and I feel
In laying
like a
out the
bot
structure
right
of our
now.
hub, we had a number of challenges that were new and specific to co-op play. We have to assume that each player has made different progress throughout the game, playing with different partners. Starting in the neutral center of the hub was a way of making sure that they had a chance.
In our original robot designs and the first animation tests, we started with the premise that, being robots, their movement should have limited personality and be a bit more mechanical.
Hang on, I'm
The
trying to
feedback
get
of our
to-
game testers and the reaction of our fans to the trailers convinced us that a more whimsical approach to
Is my Xbox working
is there any
now?
kids down there?
What?
In our original robot designs and the first animation tests, we started with the premise that, being robots, their movement should have...
Not you, I am. Because I just can't get any wins lately. We didn't get a win yesterday.
Yeah, but you gotta win on the...
No, Fidget Spinner's video.
Oh yeah, because I got carried.
You carried me.
Hold on. Oh.
I got carried.
These are really, really good. Fidget. Go upstairs.
Ben, I can't.
Okay.
Because
Fidget Spinner time. What is that? Do you want to be in my Fidget Spinner video?
have limited personality
We can do a grand final
and be a bit more
as well.
mechanical. The feedback of our game testers and the reaction of our fans to the trailers convinced us that a more whimsical approach to the animation would lead to a better experience.
Okay, one by one then. One by one.
So we moved away
First,
from a stereo
jelly babies. Jelly babies.
what do you mean?
If you're hungry for now,
approach and found a whole new range of possibilities as
you can't see me from the camera. So I will show you the white Fidget Spinner like this. With a little spin.
No.
And that's the white one.
Our initial
I can't reach out because it's distracting me and I'm gonna let my team die before. And Ben, I can't.
If the orange bot is the odd couple's Felix, then blue is Oscar. Blue was meant to be an early and rather rough prototype robot, representing Gladys's first attempt at making a bipedal testing bot. Compared to the sleek lines of orange, he's much less elegant. For motion inspiration, we looked to some of our favorite real-life robots, such as the Big Dog robot from MIT and the towel-folding robot from Hitachi.
So these are the cases. I got a sound fidget spinner. I didn't see the screen. Yeah. The sound.
No, he's low!
And I got a spider. What, guys?
No, the one he's coming to finish. Yep, he's got me.
The orange bot has been described as finicky, and you can see elements that are somewhat bird-like and even reminiscent of the Odd Couple's Felix Unger. The Gotta Pee idle dance was born out of the idea that current bipedal robots are constantly needing to readjust in order to find their balance. Because Orange's design is rather unstable, the motion design solution was kind of a perpetual motion needed to maintain his balance.
Right now.
No, that was just one game. We can just get like one last game with it. Forget like. Focus on playing.
Let me have a look what time it is, stream.
It's gonna be a fidget spinner. Do you know what a fidget spinners are?
I'm gonna stop playing after 5 games because...
Hold on.
Oh, who just left?
These are really good.
Okay, bye.
Go back upstairs. Okay. Fidget spinner time.
Hello.
What is that? Do you want to be in my fidget spinner video? We can do it in Grand Theft Auto as well.
No, you can't see me.
Okay. He doesn't want to be in my fidget spinner video.
Clumsy camera sometimes.
Okay, one by one then. One by one. First, oh, jelly babies. Jelly babies. If you come to phone now, I'm so sorry. If you can see, you can't see me from the camera. So I will show you the white fidget spinner like this. Give it a little spin.
No, you can't, sorry.
And that's the white one.
Did you notice I didn't even stay to the end of your last test?
My brother and his
The
friend.
Q.
Leon,
You have to
have this.
do
Alright,
it
George.
like that. And it's back up
Because we're
close.
playing Arena Trios and I feel like a bot right now.
Standard.
A real big bot.
The
So,
standard.
No, literally, right? Do you know,
And
oh, I changed my settings
I
for
was
God's
confident
sake.
you could finish. Do you know where I was? I was outside watching some deer frolic. You don't even care about the outside, do you?
so easy the cages.
Hang on, I'm trying to get I'm changing my settings back.
Sound.
In our first implementation, gestures were automatically selected based on the player's context. For example, Blue might do a special gesture when standing on a floor button. Players became bored of seeing these gestures so quickly that they stopped using them before discovering any of the special context. Because of this, we decided to give players control of gestures as a way to express themselves. But when shown the full set from the start, they were overwhelmed by all the choices. By awarding gestures as the game progresses, we allow players to familiarize themselves with each gesture in turn. Leaving visible empty slots in the gesture wheel lets players anticipate that they'll be rewarded with cool new gestures as they progress. The gesture wheel provides quick access so that players can feel comfortable tossing out a gesture during downtime, letting them pick the perfect moment to share a high five.
Then I can't.
We have a taunt where one robot steals the other's core. When implemented, it was the only taunt that required one person to initiate. Because of this, we were afraid that it would be used for griefing. We were in the process of rethinking our approach when early playtesters rated this as their favorite taunt. It was also the most used team taunt because it only required one player to initiate and was easier to use than the others. We ended up changing all the other team taunts to emulate the way stealing the core works.
Airlocks were introduced mainly as a way to allow players to focus on individual puzzles. In some of our early investigations, areas contained puzzles that were meant to be solved as a group, as well as others that were for individual solution. But we found that if players could move freely between them, they logically assumed that the individual puzzles were part of one big puzzle. This had bad results. For clarity, we created these airlock-like spawn rooms that act as checkpoints between puzzles. Once both players entered the airlock, we lock off access.
I can't read chat because it's distracting me and I'm gonna let my team die basically.
In Left 4 Dead 2, we authored simple, fogged, black versions of the world as monolithic models to avoid the CPU overhead of rendering the world again for water reflections. This worked well for the Left 4 Dead 2 outdoor environments where most light comes from the sky. But Portal 2 is almost entirely indoors, so the color and value of the world geometry is apparent in the water reflections. Since the Portal 2 world geometry is relatively simple, we automatically build a version of the world geometry that has a single texture that combines both lighting and surface shading, along with another texture that has just surface shading. The latter texture is used when rendering dynamic lights. These textures are at the same spatial resolution as the light maps and get packed into a single large atlas texture per level. Drawing this simple world imposter takes very little CPU time, which was a limited resource on Portal 2.
No, he's low!
Normally in games when players die, they see this as a big failure. But in Portal, death is a normal part of the puzzle-solving experience. In co-op, death not only happens more frequently, but it can happen at the hands of your partner, purely accidentally, of course. We felt it was important to not only make death no big deal, but to make it fun. Early on, we tried some elaborate death animations, such as showing your robot slowly getting crushed under a giant crusher. These were awesome to watch, but they quickly became repetitive. Also, after a very short while, players grew afraid to take risks. The fear of having to wait a long time before trying again prevented them from simply playing and experimenting in a spirit of fun. We had to find the right balance where death was quick enough to be a non-penalty and elaborate enough to be visceral and satisfying. A fun payoff for creative play.
I'm gonna start playing after 5.
We noticed that after playtesters had solved a difficult puzzle together, they'd sometimes pause before funneling through the exit door to repeatedly jump up and down in excitement. We realized that these meeting places would be the perfect time to allow players to high-five each other and celebrate their victory in style. Our first interface attempt had one player initiate a high-five by holding their hand up and waiting. The other player could join in by selecting the same gesture. If they were standing in the correct positions relative to each other, they'd pull off a high five. But learning the correct place to stand was too difficult, so we decided to automatically move the bots into the correct position for the high five. Sometimes, however, the player who wanted to high five would be left hanging as the other player ran ahead without accepting. Increasing the time that the initiator waited with his hand up gave the other player time to return and accept. But being frozen into place for more than a few seconds was too frustrating. So finally, we made players auto-accept the team gestures. Now when the mood strikes either player, the game always ensures a successful celebration.
Something that really surprised us was how often playtesters stated that they loved the basic experience of handing off the cube to their partner. Players didn't expect such a fundamental physical interaction to just work in a game. Before trying it for the first time, they would discuss their plan as if it were some unique or special new game mechanic. When it just worked, they were overjoyed.
Okay, one by one then.
My brother and friend.
Early on, we realized that trying to tell your partner where to go, where to look, or where to place a portal was going to be really hard. Even with voice...
Something that really surprised...
I feel like a bot right now.
Something that...
Real big bot.
Several puzzles in the game require the players to take on distinct, intertwined roles.
Most players don't realize that the ping tool is context sensitive. When they're playing voice enabled, players usually rely on the look portion of the ping tool. Without voice, icons such as press the button or stand here become much more important.
Early on, we realized that trying to tell your partner where to go, where to look, or where to place a portal was going to be really hard. Even with voice chat, saying, over there...
You'll have to do it like that, and it's back into place. The standard is good. The standard.
Wait, is it?
And
I am. George, not you. I am. Because I just can't get any wins lately. We didn't get a win yesterday. Oh yeah, because I got carried. I got carried.
The sound. And I got a spy. What, guys? From the Wine and Bubble channel. Sorry I didn't say that. But let me just come into my area. This is a messy area. Is my Xbox working now? But this is gonna be a fun vlog
what
right
do you
now.
mean?
So I'm gonna take you downstairs. This is gonna be a fidget spinner video. Do you know where fidget spinners are? No, fidget spinners video. No.
No.
Hold on.
I can't read chat because it's distracting me and I'm gonna let my team die basically. And then I can't because they're trying to get me points because I'm a bot. So
Okay. Fidget spinner time.
play with you after.
What is that? Do you want to be in my fidget spinner video? We can do it in Grand Theft Auto as well. Okay. He doesn't want to be in my fidget spinner video.
Oh.
Okay, one by one. One by one. First.
How are you holding up? Because I'm a potato.
No, he's low!
I will show you the white fidget spinner like this.
No, the one he's coming to finish. Yep, he's got me.
And that's the white one. And this is the Q. You have to do it like that.
See what I mean? I don't play this game because I lose points.
And the standard is good.
I lose points.
Oh, that was just one game. You could just get like one lucky game.
And
we get like
also got
Let me have a look of time in this stream.
green fidget spinner. So easy.
I'm gonna start playing after 5 games because
And I got a sound fidget spinner. I didn't see the
who just left?
the sound.
Okay, bye.
And I got a spiral. What, guys?
Hang on.
From the Wine
No,
and
you
Bubble
can't see me.
channel. Sorry, I didn't say it right. But
the testing area is just up ahead. The quicker you get through, the quicker you'll get your 60 bucks. Carolyn, are the compensation vouchers ready?
Yes, sir, Mr. Johnson. Why did I just... Who is that? What the hell is going on here?
Right now. Do you know where fidget spinners are? No, fidget spinners are here.
No, you can't, sorry.
Hold on.
My brother friend. Leon? Alright, George.
Okay.
Because we're playing Arena Trios and I feel like a bot right now. A real big bot.
Do you want to be in my fidget spinner video? We're gonna read Grand Theft Auto.
Oh, change my settings for God's sake.
Okay. Okay, one by one.
I'm trying to get. I'm changing my settings back.
This. Oh, jelly babies.
Took a pickaxe.
Jelly babies. 1,500 pounds now. If you can see, you can't see from the camera. I will show you the
Wait, is this?
This is like this.
I am.
Not
you. I am. Because I just can't get any wins lately.
And that's the white one.
We didn't get a win yesterday.
And this is the...
Oh yeah, because I got carried.
We'll have to do it like that.
I got carried.
And the standard, which is good. The standard.
Then I can't.
If you're interested in an additional $60, flag down a test associate and let them know. You could walk out of here with 120 weighing down your bindle if you let us take you apart, put some science stuff in you, then put you back together, good as new.
I got a sound register. I didn't see the spin, but the sound. And I got
what do you mean?
I got a spy. What, guys? From the When and Bobble channel.
No. I can't reach out because it's distracting me and I'm gonna let my team die basically. And then I can't because they're trying to get me points because I'm bored. So play with you after.
Do you know what the pictures are? Oh, fidget spinners video. Hold on. Okay. These are really, really good. Fidget.
Thank you. I can't believe I'm thanking these people. For staggering your way through Aperture Science's propulsion gel testing, you've made some real contributions to society for a change, and for that, humanity is grateful. If you had any belongings, please pick them up now. We don't want old newspapers and sticks cluttering up the building. For many of you, I realize $60 is an unprecedented windfall, so don't go spending it all on, I don't know, Carolyn, what do these people want? Tattered hats, beard dirt.
One by one.
This,
oh, jelly babies. Jelly babies.
You know what I mean? I don't bring the screen because I lose points.
If you can see, you can't see.
I lose points.
I will show you the white. This. Give it a little spin.
Let me have a look at time of the stream.
And that's the white one.
I'm gonna stop playing after 5 games because
you have to do it like that.
Oh, who just left?
And the
okay,
standard fidget cube. The standard.
Carolyn, why do I know this woman? Did I kill her? Or... Oh my god. Look, you're doing a great job. Can you handle things for yourself for a while? I need to think.
I got a sound clumsy cat. I didn't see the spin. get the sound. And I got a spell. What's up, guys? From the When and Bubble channel. Sorry, I didn't say that. But
No, you can't, sorry.
Here's my Xbox.
My brother's friend. Leon? Alright, John. Because we're playing Arena Trios and I feel like a bot right now. A real big bot. So yeah. Change my settings for God's sake.
Oh, fidget spinner video. Hold on.
Hang on, I'm trying to get I'm changing my settings back.
Upstairs. Okay. Fidget spinner time.
Welcome to the Enrichment Center. Since making test participation mandatory for all employees, the quality of our test subjects has risen dramatically. Employee retention, however, has not. As a result, you may have heard we're going to phase out human testing. There's still a few things left to wrap up, though. The bean counters told me we literally could not afford to buy $7 worth of moon rocks, much less 70 million. Bought them anyway. Ground them up, mixed them into a gel. And guess what? Ground up moon rocks are pure poison. I am deathly ill. Still, it turns out they're a great portal conductor. So now, we're going to see if jumping in and out of these new portals can somehow lead to...
A little spoon.
Do some science. That said, I would really appreciate it if you could test as fast as possible. All right, Carolyn, please bring me more people. When life gives you lemons, don't make lemonade. Make life take the lemons back. Get mad! I don't want your damn lemons! What am I supposed to do with these? Demand to see life's manager. Make life rue the day it thought it could give Cave Johnson lemons. Do you know who I am? I'm the man who's gonna burn your house down with the lemons. I'm gonna get my engineers to invent a combustible lemon that burns your house down.
Finding people, he said what we're all thinking.
The point is, if we can store music on a compact disc, why can't we store a man's intelligence and personality on one? So I have the engineers figuring that out now. Brain mapping, artificial intelligence. We should have been working on it 30 years ago. I will say this, and I'm going to say it on tape so everybody hears it 100 times a day. If I die before you people can pour me into a computer, I want Carolyn to run this place. Now she'll argue. She'll say she can't. She's modest like that, but you make her. Yeah, put her in my computer. I don't care. All right, test's over. You can head on back to your desk.
Goodbye, sir.
Is my Xbox working now? What? This is gonna be probably low right now.
No, he's low! No, the one he's coming to finish.
Cave Johnson here.
Yep, he's gone.
Every time I look at our test chamber production line, I am reminded of my father. Now, he wasn't a scientist, just a simple farmer, a professor of farming at the local farm college. Never farmed a day in his life. But his theories on farming are the backbone of this company. Do it from scratch. Spare no expense. And never cut corners. Well, that's a corner-cutting machine. We obviously cut them there. Point is, we've always done things the way my father did. And his father before him, and his father before him, and his father before him. And we are almost bankrupt. So, time for a cheaper approach. Allow me to introduce the multiverse. Infinite Earth with an infinite number of apertures. And as of now, they are going to take over all test chamber construction. And more importantly, all paying for test chamber construction. Why are they agreeing to do that? They're not. We're tricking them. Here's how it works. 1, design a test. 2, slip the mole monsters or what have you the blueprint when they're not looking. 3, once they build it, steal it back. Look at that sad little octopus. That's where you come in. We need blueprints. We are about to run the greatest con game in the history of the multiverse, and you are the bottleneck. Yes, you. Get back to work.
That's the white one.
Nope, you can't see me.
Cave Johnson here. This is a test chamber. 4 walls, ceiling, and a floor. Good enough for science. Not aperture science. Gentlemen, I give you panels. The planks of tomorrow. Fully configurable. Infinitely variable. Safe. Aperture brand panels will assist your test subjects every step of the way. That is not a panel. That's a crusher. We sell them too.
So we're using the printers.
No, you can't, sorry.
Sound adjustment. No, I didn't see the spin.
My brother and his friend. Leon? Alright, George.
I got a spy.
Because we're playing Arena Trios and I feel like a bot right now. A real big bot. So I am. Change my settings for God's sake.
But you just come into Here's my Xbox.
Hang on, I'm trying to get I'm changing my settings back.
This is
Toggle
gonna
pick
be a
out.
fun vlog right now.
Wait, is that? I am. Not you. I am. Because I just can't get any wins lately.
Hold on.
We didn't get a win yesterday.
These are really.
Oh yeah, because I got carried.
Upstairs.
I got carried.
Where's that? Do you want to be my fidget spinner?
Then I can't. Because
you can do it in Grand Theft Auto as well. Okay. He doesn't want to be in my video. Okay, one by one then. One by one. First, jelly babies. Jelly babies. If you're hungry for that, I'm so sorry. If you can see, you can't see me from the camera. I will show you
what do you mean?
Which is more like this. Give it a little spin. And that's the white one. And this is the
no. I can't read chat because it's distracting me and I'm gonna let my team die basically. And then I can't because they're trying to get me punched because I'm a bot. So
also got
play with you after.
Green picture. So we're using the printers. I got a sound picture. I didn't see the spin, but the sound. got a spider. What, guys?
No, he's low! Another one, he's coming to finish. Yeah, he's got me.
What?
Did we actually go?
His rent. Right now.
See what I mean? I don't play this game because I lose points.
What's this?
I lose points.
This is gonna be
No, that was just one game. You just get like one monkey game.
do you know where the fidget spinners are?
Let me have a look at the stream.
Hello.
I'm gonna start playing after 5 games because
Really good. What's this?
oh, who just left?
Fidget spinner time.
Okay, bye.
What is that? Do you want to be in my fidget spinner video? We can do a Grand Theft Auto as well.
Hang on.
Okay. He doesn't want to be in my fidget spinner video.
No, you can't see me.
Okay, one by one then. One by one. First, jelly beans.
Clumsy camera.
Jelly beans. 1,500 on that and so sorry. If you can see, you can't see me from the camera. I will show you the white things here, like this. A real screen. And that's the white one. And this is the
No, you can't. Sorry.
we have this two and it's back in
My brother's friend.
Standard.
Leon. Alright, George. Because we're playing Arena Trios and I feel like a bot right now. A real big bot. So yeah. Oh, change my settings for God's sake.
I got a sound system. I didn't see the screen.
Hang on, I'm trying to get I'm changing my settings back.
I got a spider. What, guys?
Wait, is that?
From the winner
I
channel?
Not you, I am. Because I just can't get any wins lately. We didn't get a win yesterday.
Is my Xbox working now?
Oh yeah, because I got carried. I got carried. Then I can't. Because
Hold on. Okay. Oh, these are really good. Okay. Fidgeting time. Oh, yeah. Do you want to be in my fidget spinner video? We can do a Grand Theft Auto as well. Okay. He doesn't want to be in my fidget spinner video. Okay, one by one then. One by one.
No.
Oh, jelly beans.
I can't read chat.
Before we start
It's
testing,
distracting me and I'm gonna let my team die basically. And then I can't because they're trying to get me points because I'm a bot. So maybe do after.
And that's the white one. And this is the Q. You'll have to do it like that. And it's back into place. And the standard is good. The standard. And also got
no, he's low!
green.
No, the one coming to finish. Yeah, he's got me.
I got a sound system. Can I see the sound? I got a spy.
See what I mean? I don't play this game because I lose points. I lose points.
From the When and Bobble channel. Sorry, I didn't say that.
Let me have a look at the stream.
Let me just come into my layer. This is a messy layer.
I'm gonna stop playing after 5 games because
this is gonna be a fun vlog right now.
Oh, who just left?
So I'm gonna take you down.
Okay, bye.
This is gonna be a fidget spinner video. Do you know what fidget spinners are?
Hang on.
No, fidget spinners video. Hold on.
No, you can't see me.
These are really, really good fidget.
Clumsy cat.
Okay. Fidget spinner time. What is that? Do you want to be in my fidget spinner video? We can do it in Grand Theft Auto as well. Okay. He doesn't want to be in my fidget spinner video. Okay, one by one then. One by one.
No, you can't, sorry.
Oh, jelly babies. Jelly babies. 50 from that.
My brother and friend.
If you can see, you can't see me.
Leon.
Have it.
Alright, George. Because we're playing Arena Trios and I feel like a bot right now. A real big bot. So yeah.
That's the white one.
Oh, I changed my settings for God's sake.
And this is the Q. You have to do it like that.
Hang on, I'm trying to get to... I'm changing my settings back.
Standard. Also got
wait, is it? I am. Not you, I am. Because I just can't get into it. We didn't get a win there, did we? Oh yeah, because I got carried.
I got a spy.
I got carried.
Guys,
Ben, I can't. Cause
from the Wine and Bubble channel. But this is coming to my area. This is a messy area. Is my Xbox working now? Nope. But this is gonna be a brand new vlog right now. Okay. So I'm gonna take you down with this.
What do you mean?
Fidget spinner video. Do you know what a fidget spinners are? Oh, fidget spinners video. Hold on. These are really good.
No. I can't read chat because it's distracting and I'm gonna let my team die. And then I can't because they're trying to get me points to my fidget spot. So maybe do after.
Okay. He doesn't want to be like. Okay, one by one. One by one. This. Oh, very big. Very big. It's a number one now. I'm so sorry. As you can see, you can't see the
No, he's low!
That's the white one?
No, the one who's coming to finish. Yeah, he's got me.
This is the you have to do it like that, and it's back into place. Standard.
See what I mean? I don't want my screen to lose points. I lose points. Let me have a look at the stream.
I got sound.
I'm gonna stop playing after 5 games because who just left?
What's up, guys?
Okay, bye.
From the Wine and Bubble channel.
Hang on.
Sorry, I didn't say that. But
nope, you can't see me.
Is my Xbox working now? But this is
clumsy camera sometimes.
Right now. I'm gonna take you with this. Do you know what fidget spinners are? No, fidget spinners video. Hold on. These are really
no, you can't, sorry.
What's this? Okay.
My brother's friend. Leon?
Do you want to be my fidget spinner video?
Because we're playing Arena Trios and I feel like a bot right now. A real big bot.
Okay.
So, yeah.
He doesn't want to be my fidget spinner video?
Oh, I changed my settings for God's sake.
Okay, one by one. One by one.
Hang on, I'm trying to get I'm getting my settings back.
You can't see me from the camera. So I will show you the white picture spinner like this. Give it a little spin.
Wait, is it?
And that's the white one.
I am. Not you. I am. Because I just can't get any wins lately.
You have to.
We didn't get a win nest, did they?
Yeah. And it's back in place.
Oh yeah, because I got carried.
Standard.
I got carried.
Also got
then I can't. Because
I got a sound picture. I didn't see the screen, but the sound. And I got a spiral. What's up, guys?
what do you mean?
Well, from the When and Bubble channel. But you just come into my layer. This is a messy layer. Here's my Xbox working now.
No. I can't reach out because it's distracting me and I'm gonna let my team die basically. And then I can't because they're trying to get me punched because I'm a bot. So maybe do after.
Oh, fidget spinners video. Hold on. These are really good. Back upstairs. Okay. Fidget spinner time. There you go. You want to be my fidget? You want to be in my fidget spinner video? You can do it as my fellow. No, he's low! Okay.
Another one, he's coming to finish. Yeah, he's got me.
Okay, one by one. One by one. This. Oh, jelly babies. Jelly babies. If you can see, you can't see me from the camera. So we'll show you the white.
See what I mean? I don't play this game because I lose points.
Give it a little spin.
I lose points.
No, that was just one game.
And that's the white one.
Focus on play.
And this is.
Let me have a look at the stream.
You have to do.
I'm gonna stop playing after 5 games because.
The standard.
Oh, who just left?
Also got.
Okay, bye.
Sound, would you say?
Can't see me.
I didn't see the screen, but the sound.
Clumsy cat.
I got a spider. What's up, guys? from the When and Bubble channel. Sorry I didn't say that. But I'm just coming to my layer. So it's going back here. Is my Xbox working now?
No, you can't, sorry.
This is gonna be a funny vlog right now.
My brother's friend. Leon? Alright, Joe. Because we're playing Arena Trios and I feel like a bot right now. A real big bot. So, oh, I've changed my settings for God's sake.
These are really, really good. What's this? Okay.
Hang on, I'm trying to get I'm changing my settings back.
Oh yeah. Do you want to be in my fidget spinner video? We can do a Grand Theft Auto as well. Okay.
Wait,
he doesn't want to be in my fidget spinner video?
I am.
Okay, one by one.
I am.
One by one.
Because I just can't get any wins for this.
Oh, Jamie.
We didn't get a win yesterday. Oh yeah, because I got carried. I got carried.
A little spoon.
Then I can't.
That's the white one. And this is the cube. You'll have to do it like that. And it's back in place. The standard is good. The standard. And also got
what do you mean?
I got a sound like this.
No. I can't reach out because it's distracting me and I'm gonna let my team die basically. And then I can't because they're trying to get me points because I'm a bot. So maybe do after.
Here's my Xbox. Vlog right now. What's this? Do you know if it just goes off?
No, he's low! No, the one who's coming to finish. Yep, he's gone.
Okay. We're just in time. Do you want to be in my fidget spinner video?
See what I mean? I don't believe this game. I lose points.
He doesn't want to be in my spinner video. Okay, one by one. One by one.
Let me have a look at the stream.
This. Oh, jelly babies. Jelly babies.
I'm gonna stop playing after 5 games because
if you can see, you can't see me from the camera. So I will show you the white.
who just left?
Like this. With a little
Okay,
spin.
bye.
And that's the white one. And this is the cube. We have to do
you can't see me.
Like that. And it's back in place. And the standard which cube.
Clumsy camera.
And I also got a green fidget spinner. So I got a sound fidget spinner. I didn't see the screen, but there is sound.
No, you can't, sorry.
And I got a spy. What?
My brother, friend. Leon? Brother. Alright, Joel. Because we're playing Arena Trios and I feel like a bot right now. A real big bot. So yeah. I changed my settings for God's sake.
His way
Hang on, I'm trying to get I'm changing my settings back. I'll go pickaxe.
Do you know what fidget spinners are? No, fidget spinners video.
Wait, is there?
Hold on.
I am. Not you. I am. Because I just can't get any wins lately. We didn't get a win yesterday.
Okay. Fidget spinner time.
Oh yeah, because I got carried.
Do you want to be in my fidget spinner video?
I got carried.
You can do it in my photo as well. Okay.
Then I can't.
He doesn't want to be in my video. Okay, one by one. One by one. This. Oh, jelly babies. Jelly babies. If you understand that, I'm so sorry. If you can see, you can't see me from the camera. So I will show you the white fidget spinner like this. With a little spin.
What do you mean?
And that's the white one. And this is the cube. You have to do it like that. And it's back in place. And the standard cube. The standard.
I can't read chat because it's distracting me and I'm gonna let my team die basically. And then I can't because they're trying to get me points because I'm a bot. So.
Good morning. You have been in suspension for 50 days. In compliance with state and federal regulations, all testing candidates in the Aperture Science Extended Relaxation Center
I didn't see the screen, but the sound.
must be revived periodically.
And I got a spy. What's up, guys?
Play for a mandatory physical and mental wellness exercise. You will hear a buzzer. When you hear the buzzer, look up at the ceiling.
No, no! What?
Good. You will hear a buzzer. When you hear the buzzer, look down at the
No, the
floor.
one he's coming to finish. Yep, he's gone.
Good. This completes the gymnastic portion of your mandatory physical and mental wellness exercise. There is a framed painting on the wall. Please go stand in front of it.
Right now. So I'm going to take you.
Did we get our? No, we didn't get our point back.
This is going to be a fidget.
See what I mean? I don't play this game because I lose points.
Do you know where the fidget spinners are?
I lose points.
Good morning. You have been in suspension for 50 days. In compliance with state and federal regulations, all testing candidates in the Aperture Science Extended Relaxation Center must be revived periodically for a mandatory physical and mental wellness exercise. You will hear a buzzer. When you hear the buzzer, look up at the ceiling.
I'm going to stop playing after 5
Good.
games.
You will hear a buzzer. When you hear the buzzer, look down at the floor.
Do you want to be my fidget? Do you want to be my fidget?
This completes the gymnastic portion of your mandatory physical and mental wellness exercise. There is a framed painting on the wall. Please go stand in front of it.
Okay.
This is art. You will hear a buzzer. When you hear the buzzer, stare at the art.
Okay, one by one.
You should now feel mentally reinvigorated. If you suspect staring at art has not provided the required intellectual sustenance, reflect briefly on this classical music.
Clumsy cat.
Good. Now please return to your bed.
Like this. Give it a little spin.
Good morning. You have been in suspension for
9.
this courtesy call.
Hello? Anyone in there? Hello?
Any tests
Are you gonna open the door at any time? Oh God, you look good, looking good actually. Are you okay? Are you?
No,
Don't answer that. I'm absolutely sure you're fine. There's plenty of time for you to recover.
It's standard.
My brother and his friend. Leon. Have this.
Over.
Just take. Please prepare for emergency evacuation.
Stay calm. Stay calm.
Trios and I feel like a bot right now.
Prepare. It's all the
Real
same.
big
Prepare.
bot.
It's all fine.
I got a sound.
Oh, I changed my settings for God's sake.
I'm only in there for my behaviour. I'm not in there for like.